Next we're going to work on the wheel arches. So we're going to tab into edit mode. We're going to do 3 for side view. We're actually done with all this stuff, so we can actually just do H to hide it. And we want to create a new vertex down here to create the outside of the wheel arch. So we're just going to hold Control and then left click, and that's going to create a vertex right here. Then we can do E to extrude, bring it up to here, E to extrude, bring it over to here, E to extrude again, and we're just going to create the outside of the wheel arch. So just continue doing E to extrude and positioning the vertices where they're needed. And we're going to need another one right here, so we're going to do Control R, left click, and then just use G to move it into place. Then we're going to Alt right click, do F to fill this in, Z for wireframe, I to do an inset, and just inset it so that the vertices are touching the inner part now. And these I'm just going to move real quick with G so that they're closer to the edge. Then we're going to switch to face select, select these 2 faces, do delete, and choose faces. Switch to vertex select, select this vertex, change this from increment to vertex so we can use vertex snapping. We're going to grab it on the Z-axis, hold Control, snap it there, and then bring it over on the Y-axis a bit so that the spacing is the same, or the thickness is the same. Then I'm just going to take these 2 and bring them up slightly and in slightly because my model is a bit off. I'm going to do the same over here, just bring this one down a bit and bring this one down a bit too. Next thing we want to do is start positioning it in front view, so we're going to do 1 for front view. And you'll notice it's all in the center here, so we're going to press A a couple times to get everything. Turn off clipping for a second and then just bring it over on the X-axis and then turn clipping back on. So I'm going to do 3 for side view. We're going to position these 2 first. So I'm going to select these 2. Go back to front view and just bring them over on the X-axis until they line up. This bottom part actually curls in quite a bit, so I'm going to bring this out. So you can take a look at the picture and it curls in there at the bottom. We're going to need another set of vertices here to create that outward curve. So we're going to do Control R, left click and bring this down, and then just bring this out some to create that curvature. Then we're going to go back to side view and get the next set of vertices. And then back to front view with 1 on the number pad and just bring this over and reposition these again, and then just continue all the way up. So you're going to go to the next set of vertices, select 2 at a time and just position them accordingly. That looks pretty good. So for the back we can't really use front view because you can't see the back part from front view. So instead we're going to have to use references to give us an idea of the shape. So it does curl in a bit, and then at the bottom it starts to curve in quite a bit more. You can see how it kind of goes out and then curves back in. So what we want at the bottom is we want these to curve back in, and we're going to curve these in a bit too, and then just slightly curve these in as well. So you want all these to be kind of curving in a bit more. So that's going to be alright for the front one. I'm just going to do A twice and Control N to recalculate the normals. And we're going to do 3 for side view, and I'm going to select this vertex. Shift D to duplicate, right click to cancel, and we're going to use this to start the back part. So just bring it over on the Y-axis here, and you can use G to move it into position. And then we're going to do E to extrude, bring it up to this next point, E to extrude, and just continue doing E to extrude to create similar curvature. And we're just going to continue all the way along the back here. So what you want is, like, you have this center point here. This would basically be the center point. So you want 4 vertices on the inside of that. So you want 4 vertices on the inside of this. So you should have 4 vertices, then the center point, 4 vertices, then the center point. or basically you just want the same number of vertices on the inside, on the front and the bottom, or the front and back, and then a similar amount of spacing on the front and back here. So once you have that, you're going to alt right click, and I'm actually just going to reposition mine a little bit here. So then you're just going to alt right click, do F to make a face, Z for wireframe, I to inset, and again we're just going to go until it lines up with the inner ones. Switch to face select and select these two, delete, choose faces, and then go back to vertex select, and we're going to reposition these, grab it on the Z axis, hold control, snap it there, and bring it in some. And you can do the same over here, snap it there, bring it in some. So I'm just grabbing on the Z axis, holding control, snapping to that vertex, and that's it for that. So what we want to do now is just select this vertex and C for circle select to get these here. We're going to leave the bottom two out on both sides. You can do 7 for top view, and we're just going to bring this out to where it kind of meets up. Then we're going to do R to rotate, and we're just going to make sure that the rotation, the angle of this, kind of matches up. Then we're going to take these inner ones, so I'm going to select this one, hold control, select that one, and we're just going to grab it and bring it out on the x-axis to create the little outward part. This is on the front, but it does the same on the back too. It goes out like this. And then it kind of smooths out as you get to the bottom a little bit. Not entirely, but it does smooth out a bit. So then I'm going to take this bottom vertex and bring it out a bit, and then this one and bring it in a bit so it kind of smooths out a little bit. And you can do the same on this front part, or the front of this one. Just kind of bring this one out a little bit and bring this one in a bit. We kind of forgot to do that on the front, so I'm going to go back to the front part, and I'm just going to select this one, hold control, select this one, and bring these out. I'm going to do period to focus in, period on the number pad, and then just create a little bit more curvature down here and reduce the curvature here, and then adjust this one as well and this one as well. So that's the basics of the wheel arches there. We're going to just want to do A to select everything and Control N to recalculate the normals on the back mostly. Then we're going to tab into object mode and turn on smooth shading, so now we have the basic shape of our wheel arches. So that's good for now, so we're just going to save it. We're going to go to File and Save. Thank you to our awesome Patreon supporters. If you'd like to become a Patreon supporter yourself, head on over to patreon.com/StephenBrooks. Thank you for your support.